Throughout your restoration project, you'll be keeping your partners up to date about progress being made through meetings and maybe even reports. As your project closes, it's important to share the story of the restoration in a concise, engaging way for your public audiences. The story you tell about the project can be used by your agency, partners, and the community to understand the project and the history of the site. A good summary may also inspire future work or spin-off projects, engaging the community for years to come. After watching this video, you will be able to reference restoration project story examples, develop a basic outline for sharing a restoration project story with different audiences, recognize that metrics for evaluating restoration projects vary from site to site and projects within sites. Understand how adaptive management models can be included in the restoration story, and know where to find additional information that builds on this video series. You can share the story of the restoration site through DOI's Damage Assessment and Restoration Tracking System, a website such as an agency website where feature stories can be shared, an infographic, a static report, a video, an ArcGIS story map, a citsci.org hub page, and other outlets. If you are the case manager for a project, you should consider storing case documents such as fact sheets, agreements, restoration plans, and settlement agreements in the NRDAR case document library. This is a great first step. You may also wish to create a more publicly engaging or even collaborative story about the restoration work, especially if multiple partners have contributed to the project. Here is a story map about the restoration of the Penobscot River watershed in Maine. Note how the story begins with the need for restoration, the Chevron oil spill, giving the readers the why right up front. The story wraps up by discussing the partners and community involved in the project, making it clear that the restoration relies on partnerships. Here's another example. This is a story about the restoration of different parts of the San Francisco Bay. In this story, the reader is told in the beginning that tidal marshes benefit plants, animals, and you, making the reader part of the story. It wraps up with the ways the reader can take action, making it clear that the work doesn't end just because the implementation phase of the project has been completed. Take a moment to pause the video and copy the links to these stories so you can view them later. As you outline the story you want to describe the restoration project, think about your audience. Who are you hoping to connect with through your story? What is it about this restoration project that is important to them? Use questions like these as a jumping off point for the story. Then build in the who, what, when, why, where, how, and history of the restoration site into the story. Once you know what parts of the restoration project story you want to tell, decide what format is best for sharing the story. Does your audience receive their information through online channels or printed reports? Do you want to create both print and web-based options so the story can be shared more widely? Consider how much time you and your team have to develop the story and what resources are available to you. Are there other members of your agency or external partnerships you can leverage to help improve this phase of the project? These questions can guide you in deciding whether an infographic, a report, a video, or another format will be most appropriate for sharing your story. You may also wish to include criteria for evaluating the success of the restoration project into your story or report. How will your audience know if or when the restoration can be considered successful? Each restoration project will have its own definition of success, which is likely defined in the restoration plan guiding the project. Success might be measured by the reintroduction of a culturally important native plant species, or by the creation of a revegetated, stable stream bank where an eroded bank once stood. If there are monitoring data you want to show over time, consider creating a web page or other place where the community can track progress by reviewing changes in the data. Before and after photos of a site can be a simple way to visualize site changes as well. If your project team has applied an adaptive management model to the restoration project, consider including the model in the restoration story. Demonstrate how the model relates to the work that has been done. Share events or conditions that are indicators that adaptive action may be needed. Knowing those indicators may allow your citizen scientists to become active participants in site assessment. Show where or how new management approaches might be applied if monitoring data indicate the restoration isn't going in the desired direction. Adaptive management models can be helpful to show your audience that restoration work is often an ongoing process that improves over time as a site is better understood. You now have the basic skills to tell the story of your restoration site. Now, all you need to do is get started. For more information about this video series, visit doi.gov/restoration.